Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. Heart to heart, if they don't love themselves, they can't love you. No matter how amazing of a person you are, no matter how much love you pour into them, they cannot love you back regardless. The problem is that we can only pour from our own personal cup. So if we don't love ourselves, then our cup is not even full. So how can we pour into you love which we don't have for ourselves? Just a question that we should start asking ourselves. We think that we can make people love us because we're amazing people. We're friendly, we're loving, we're caring, or we've done the work on ourselves. So this person should see that I deserve love. It doesn't ever work that way. You can love someone as much as you want to. You can try to show them how to love, but until they get to that point where they actually love themselves, they will never love you. Regardless of what we say, we tell people, oh, I love you more than I love myself, but that's not true. We're human. And naturally, as human beings, we're selfish. So we're going to love ourselves more than we love you, even if we don't admit it. So if in fact we have to love ourselves in order to love you, then if we're not already at the point of happiness, peace, and knowing ourselves and finding out the things about ourselves that make us happy, makes us feel whole, then how on earth could we do that for somebody else? The problem is that a lot of us are trying to get into relationships for people, friendships, and we're trying to fix broken relationships or broken families, trying to love someone into loving us. They'll never love you until they love themselves. Because when it comes to love, in order for me to know how to love you, I have to first know how to love myself. If I treat myself like I don't matter, like I'm second best, third best, or even say that I shouldn't be a priority on anybody's list, then how can I come and treat you like you're first priority in my life when I don't care about myself enough to even think that I'm deserving of joy or the things that my heart desires? If I don't know what it is to feel loved, how can I give that to you? That's why a lot of times when we deal with people who have gone through some things, that's been hurt, that's never experienced love like you feel like that they deserve, which we all deserve love, but many of us don't know how to accept it. But when we find somebody that we want to give that love to, and then we feel like we give them everything, we're showering them with love and with respect and all the things that we know what love feels like to us because we love ourselves. So if we're giving it to somebody who does not love themselves, they're not going to see it the same way that we see it. Let's say we met a person and the person wanted to be our friend, but they hardly called us. They didn't care when anything major happened in our lives. They didn't care if we were okay, if we were not okay. They never offered assistance, a listening ear, or nothing. Because we love ourselves, we're going to know immediately that that person is not a person that we want to call friend. But when you are in love with somebody or when you want to be with somebody, it's hard to put them in that category. It's like we push harder. We're like, well, I'm just going to love you into loving me. I'm going to show you how to love. When really, it's just your own love being reflected back to you. A lot of times, whenever people find themselves in situations where they realize that this person is not going to love me the way that I need for them to love me, or this person doesn't even care that I love them, we tend to tell people, I did everything for this person. I loved them. I was there for them through everything. I had their back. I gave them a home. I fed them. I clothed them. I did all this. And they still were able to walk out of my life. They still were able to disrespect me, put their hands on me, lie to me, use me, manipulate me, cheat on me, backstab me, tell all my secrets, and not care when people were laughing or when people were hurting me. They didn't care. They was not there. And you can't understand it. You're thinking like, I gave this person so much love. Why couldn't they love me back? Why wasn't that love good enough? Why wasn't I good enough? But again, that all goes into reality, which is they never loved you because they didn't love themselves. That's a decision that they have to make. You cannot make that person love themselves. You can pour all the love you want to into them. They may appreciate it, but they'll never accept it until they start to love themselves, because then they'll start knowing what they deserve and accepting the things that they feel is something that adds to the love that they already have for themselves, and pushing away from the things that don't. But they don't know if they don't love themselves. It's just a temporary feeling like, oh, this feels good. But they're not going to look at it the way you're looking at it. You're like, I'm making all these sacrifices. I'm doing everything to show them that I want to be with them. I'm doing everything to show them I'm a good friend. But they'll never see it that way because they have to love themselves first in order to get to that point where they can see what you're trying to do for them, see it and respect it and appreciate it. Until that happens, you're just wasting your time. And you being an amazing person, showing up in all the ways that they need you to show up in their life, that's not going to be enough for a person who does not love themselves. So if you're in a situation right now with somebody who you know don't love themselves, and you're waiting and you're sitting around being patient, waiting for them to give you back the love that you are giving out to them, waiting for them to love you, it's been years. And maybe one day, once they see that I'm not here to hurt them like the other people have, I'm not here to backstab them. I'm here to be a good friend. Maybe eventually they'll turn around and realize it, and then they'll love me. You're psyching yourself out. It's not going to happen. Now, the thing that hurts the worst, though, is you're showing them how they should be loved. And you're also showing them how to love someone else, because they're watching you. They may appreciate you. Really, they might really do. But like I said, it's just not going to be absorbed the way that you need it to be. So then they will wake up and realize, like, you know what? This is a great person. Let me do what I can to show this person love too. Let me reciprocate. But like I was saying, in those situations, if you're pouring out all that love and you're giving and giving and giving, you gotta be careful, because then that person may turn around and leave, or you may just get fed up with them not loving you the way that you feel. They're still cheating, they're still lying, they're still doing whatever, and you decide to walk away. Now they're single. You may realize they'll get with somebody else and do all the things that you wanted them to do. You gotta be careful. Don't be someone's long-term teacher. Whenever you're a part of somebody's life, whether it's a friendship or a relationship or romantic relationship, you do play the role of a teacher. That's just what it is. We're supposed to be learning from each other. But don't wait too long to walk away if you realize that, okay, this person needs to work on themselves. I can't love them so much into submission into doing that for themselves. And when you realize that, you won't waste so much of your own time. That person didn't waste your time. You wasted your time. And it won't be as hurtful if they were to move on with someone else, because you let it go before it got too deep, before you gave your all to this person. So if they decide to move on and be with somebody else, it may sting a little bit, but it's for the best. But you didn't teach them all the game. You didn't teach them how to love, how to forgive, how to be supportive, how to be there and all that. Like, when you stay around too long, you show them too much. You're giving them too much. But that's reality. Sometimes we stick around in hopes that one day it'll just be what we need it to be. That's why people are in relationships for 10, 15 years with people, and either don't get married or they do get married and then end up divorced from that same person. And that person moves on with somebody else, and they're doing all the things that you begged them all the time to do. They're doing it for somebody else. Because now, usually, they'll take that time to start loving on themselves a little bit more. They will. They'll start looking in the mirror and trying to figure it out. But they're with you. Like, while they're with you, they're trying to figure out how to love themselves, but you didn't give them the space to, because you was doing it all for them. But now they don't have you no more. Now they have no choice. So now they're working on themselves and they remember, this is what my ex liked. This is what they needed. This is what they kept telling me they wanted. And now I know how to do that. So, all right, I got a clean slate with somebody new. And that's what happens. Don't be that person that wait around too long and just give away all the blueprint for them to be set up to treat the next person amazing, which, you should wish the best for them, but you don't have to be that person to be the test dummy for them to get it right with somebody else. So just remember what I said. If you know they don't love themselves, move on. Be a friend. And if this is a friendship I'm describing right now for you, then don't be their friend. Be an associate. Whatever level that you are with the person I'm describing to you, if you're feeling like this message is resonating with you, drop it a level. The only time it'd be really hard to drop levels is if you're married already. I really can't speak on that because I haven't been married. So I don't know. That's something you will have to seek somebody else who has been married or has that experience to give you some advice on it. But everybody else, if you're in a situationship, a relationship, courtship, friendship, family, whatever you're dealing with, drop it a level. Whatever is the level underneath that, just drop it. That's the best advice I can give you, because you do not want to waste your time trying to love someone into loving you. They will not. They will not be able to do it. And it's not their fault. They can't absorb something that's not familiar to them. They have to believe that they deserve love and believe that they are loved. They have to know who they are in God in order to be able to see clearly what you're trying to do in their life. You can love people from a distance. Don't pour so much of you into somebody who's not going to be able to reciprocate. But that's my opinion, my thoughts about it. Be careful. I've been that person before where I tried to love someone into loving me and it broke me. You don't want to do that. But you let me know what you think. Drop your comments in the comment box below. All I ask is that you're polite and respectful, because someone is reading your messages. And honestly, like I said, this channel is for growth, for healing, and just to let one another know we're not alone. So the best thing to do is be positive. If you don't have anything nice to say, then shoot me an email. But you don't need to be putting it on the page, because you'll deter people away from a channel that's about love and growth. So be polite, be courteous, be respectful, and help somebody else out. Drop your comments in the comment box below, or you can send me an email. We'll discuss it more there privately if you would like, or if you want to share a testimony, I will share that testimony for you. If you would like for me to do so, you can just put share the topic of what you want to share, and I will share it without sharing any of your personal information. Or you can leave me a new topic idea. I love to hear what you guys want to talk about, or what you want to hear about. If I feel like it is something that I could speak on, I would do that. We'll keep the conversation going. I love y'all. Be blessed. And we will talk next time. Bye.